We didn't really understand our nature until the internet came along.
Dude, think about 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Think about porn. Okay? Think about the amount of porn that gets digested by the average American male versus that of 1950.
Oh, God.
There's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Guys were jerking off to underwear ads. Okay, guys were starving for things to jerk off to.
Now that's weird.
Yeah, they were jerking off to memory. They had no idea.
We had a lot of solid imaginations probably in the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
It's a good idea in your head. That's all you had. That's all you had. And then now everyone has a phone, and anyone's phone can connect to a plethora of porn sites.
I had a guy on my flight about 3 months ago, no joke, porn on the phone, no headphones.
Jesus.
Yep, heard, oh, fuck my butt, fuck my butt.
Oh, my God.
And then was just kind of like, and then saw this, people kind of like turning, people, no one wanted to citizens arrest this guy, so everyone was kind of like.
He probably was doing it to make people uncomfortable.
For sure.
Yeah. Because what is the law?
And it was wild. I mean, I was 2 rows behind.
Are you allowed to do that? Like, what's the law? Like,
I
where
think
are you
it's
allowed?
probably illegal, but.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be looking at his, but if you can hear it.
Yeah.
Like, what is the law, right? Because what if you're playing a podcast that's offensive? What if you're playing a podcast on your phone that makes me upset, but you're playing it? I have to listen to it. I'm getting upset.
Right.
What is the law on that?
Right.
I feel like you're allowed to do that, right? So if you're allowed to say, like, fuck that guy and fuck this, but you can't say fuck my butt, it gets a little weird.
Right.
It gets a little weird. Because, like, it's his phone. Why are you even looking at what's on his phone?
Totally.
You shouldn't be a fucking...
You're 2 rows back. Put your headphones on.
How about stop paying attention to his phone?
Right.
But also, why does he have porn on his phone and it's loud?
Right.
Like, I don't think...
Is it almost like urinating in a public decency thing? Like you can't...
It's just like that according to the law that I'm looking up.
You can't pee in public or watch someone talk about peeing.
Right, but can you listen? That's what I'm saying. Like, what is the law in, like,
because are you a peeping
it?
Tom if you're listening? Yeah, defendant convicted of watching porn in parking lot fails in constitutional challenge to public obscenity law.
Watching pornography in public serves no legitimate purposes unless you want to fucking jizz like a racehorse.
You're trying to get first class to turn things up a notch.
Doing so with one's window down and at a restaurant's busy parking lot in full view of families recklessly expose pornography to young children. Oh, well, this is a little different. This is like a business, and he got in there with his window rolled down and he's beaten off. He might be a little bit of a freak. But it depends on, like, was he in the corner of the parking lot away from everybody?
Yeah.
Like, was he by himself? He's like, I just got to rub this out. I got to make a decision. Right now, I'm real confused. You know, it could have been like a mental health thing. You know? Like, look, I'm losing my mind here.
This thing says that public libraries can't block porn, and it's not illegal to watch.
Wow.
I'm not saying that,
no
but
way.
That's just what this says.
That's crazy.
Look at libraries staying cool and hip.
If that's true, how many people are jerking off in San Francisco in a library right now?
Oh, I don't know. 1,000% of the people attending the library?
Hundreds,
yeah.
I would certainly recommend against doing this, one lawyer says.
But he said Missouri. Scroll back up.
Yeah.
It said under Missouri statutes, depending on the exact circumstances, the prosecutor could file at least 2 different charges. But this is Missouri.
Every state's different with that too.
Right, but wasn't the article about San Francisco or any public library?
Yeah, this is just public library.
Oh, it's any public library. Oh my God. Anywhere?
I almost got arrested for taking photos mooning a camera when we were like 21 or something. Like,
that's how crazy San Francisco is. He didn't even say San Francisco. I assumed.
Wow.
I just assumed.
Look at you.
Right? We didn't even bring up. In my head, I'm like, there has to be San Francisco. That's so crazy. That's how crazy San Francisco is. New Jersey's on the top of the list.
Hear that story about the guy? It was maybe a few years ago. It might have actually been during COVID when everyone was doing big work Zooms. And the guy thought he turned.
What?
Work Zooms. I'm sorry.
Work Zooms.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he stayed on. He didn't turn his computer or sound off. It was one of those things where you log on for the Zoom. You know, the boss is like, all right, guys, everyone's here, blah, blah, blah. And then you can just turn your screen off, but he didn't turn his off.
Dude,
he
one
just
guy?
started,
fucking hundreds of guys got caught.
off.
I have a bit about it. Hundreds of guys got caught doing that. There was that Jeffrey Toobin guy, the CNN guy.
Yeah, that's, I guess, a famous one, yeah.
But it was like
that's a wrap, right?
Guys
You're fired.
He's back.
Wow.
The Toobin guy's back.
But let's say it was like a Jamba Juice conference and you're on Zoom and you get like...
likely it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. But if you're a rapper, no big deal at all.
No,
like,
yeah.
Whoops,
No harm,
I didn't
no foul.
know the camera was on. Sorry.
Sorry, yeah.
Sorry,
also,
y'all.
you're welcome for getting to see some beautiful I don't know. Yeah.
I don't think no one tells you you're welcome if you're getting caught doing that. That's interesting because like when all these laws are put in place, they probably never anticipated porn on the internet.
No.
Especially the way it is now.
Great point.
You know, when you talk about businesses that never got bailed out,
Oh,
that's this is what. Imagine if I told you there was a business, and this business is going to eat up about 30+% of all the internet traffic, and this business is used by some ungodly percentage of men, way more than it takes to elect a president, right? What does it take to elect a president? You don't even 51%.
Yeah.
Way more than 51% guys have used pornography. But yet, when that business stopped making money because DVD sales went away, nobody talked about a bailout of the porn. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Bail out banks, or bail out this business and that business, and you know, too big to fail, but not the porn business. Everybody's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Is it still real? I don't even know they were making porn anymore. I mean, I don't even watch it.